My daughter's teacher tanked her grades on purpose. Now he's the laughingstock of the school. I showed up to Stacy's parent-teacher conference to find Mr. Caldwell sitting behind his desk looking way too excited to see me. Thanks for coming in, he said. Then he looked at Stacy. Honey, can you wait outside? I need to talk to your mom privately. Stacy grabbed her backpack and left. The second the door closed, Mr. Caldwell pulled out this massive bouquet of roses from under his desk. He walked around and set them in front of me. I've been wanting to do this for weeks, he said. His hands were actually shaking. Would you like to have dinner with me this weekend? I stared at him. I'm here to talk about Stacy's grades. I know, he said, waving his hand like it didn't matter. But I also know you're recently divorced, he continued. You don't need to dwell on your ex anymore. I can be way more for you. I stood up. I'm not interested. This is inappropriate. I grabbed my purse and walked toward the door. He moved in front of me. Come on, just think about it. One dinner. No, I said firmly. Please move. He stepped aside and I walked out. Stacy was sitting in the hallway. Everything okay, Mom? Yeah, let's go. 2 weeks later, Stacy came home crying. She pulled out a test. Big red F across the top. I don't understand, she said. I studied for 3 days. I looked at the test. Her answers were correct, but Mr. Caldwell had marked them wrong. The next week, another F, then another. Stacy's grades went from straight A's to failing in less than a month. I finally had enough. I drove to the school and walked straight to Mr. Caldwell's classroom. He was sitting at his desk grading papers. We need to talk about Stacy's grades, I said. She's been getting F's on work that's correct. He leaned back in his chair. Maybe this is a good time to have that dinner conversation. My hands clenched. Are you serious? I'm just saying we could discuss Stacy's performance over a nice meal. His voice had this edge. That's not happening. His smile disappeared. Well, then maybe Stacy just isn't applying herself. I knew exactly what he was doing, punishing her because I wouldn't date him. You're failing her on purpose, I said quietly. That's a serious accusation, he said. Do you have proof? I wanted to scream at him, but I just turned around and left. That night I couldn't sleep. Stacy couldn't switch classes. The semester was almost over. He had the power and he knew it. That's when I had an idea. The next day I went back to his classroom, but this time I wasn't there as an angry mom. I wore a dress, put on makeup, smiled when I walked in. Mr. Caldwell, I said softly. Can we talk? He looked up and his whole face changed. Of course. Please sit down. I sat on the edge of his desk instead of the chair. I've been thinking about what you said. His eyes lit up. Really? Yeah, maybe I was too judgmental. I grabbed his tie seductively. I think you're a good man. I could see him blushing. I am. I really am. So what are you doing tonight? I asked. He blinked. Tonight? Yeah, I know it's last minute, but I have a babysitter and I thought maybe we could have dinner. He looked at a stack of tests on his desk. I really should grade these. I leaned in and whispered, those tests can wait, but I can't. He swallowed hard. Yeah, the tests can wait. I walked out and told him to pick me up at 7. The date was exactly what I expected. He talked about himself for an hour straight, how hard teaching was, how he'd been single for years. I touched his hand across the table the whole time. After dessert, I leaned in close. Can I ask you something? Anything. Did Stacy's grades tank because I said no to dinner? He froze. Then he laughed nervously. What? No, that's crazy. It's okay, I said softly. You can tell me. I like my men honest. I licked my lips. He looked at me, then smirked. Okay, you got me. I thought if Stacy was struggling, you'd come talk to me more, and then you'd see how good I'd be for you. I smiled innocently. And now that we're doing this, Stacy's grades will be good again? Of course, he said quickly. I'll go back through all her tests and adjust the grades. I blew him an air kiss. When he dropped me home, I told him I'd see him tomorrow and winked. He didn't know what that meant, but he was excited. Well, the next day I walked into Mr. Caldwell's classroom. It was 5th period, and Principal Warner and Officer Jones walked in behind me. Mr. Caldwell went pale. What's going on? Principal Warner stepped forward. Mr. Caldwell, you're terminated effective immediately. What? You're also under arrest, Officer Jones said. Mr. Caldwell looked at me. What did you do? I pulled out my phone and hit play on the audio recording from our date. Yeah, I tanked Stacy's grades. I thought if she was struggling, you'd come talk to me more. The students stared. Some pulled their phones out to record. You lied to me! Mr. Caldwell was basically crying. I thought you loved me! He thrashed while the handcuffs were put on. By lunch, the video of him was everywhere. Stacy texted me. Mom, everyone's talking about it. By the way, the principal thinks what you did was kinda hot. You.